What's the story, everybody? We're back again for One Piece 1144, man. I'm sitting here. Every single chapter I have to check the number. I keep saying 1044 or something like that. Every single chapter I have to double check the number. It's getting so long now. Oh, bro, this chapter was crazy. I will say I'm a little confused at the beginning of it, right? Because they're talking. Franky finds this. I'm gonna just start off straight away, right? Franky finds this building with Ripley, yeah, and the whole time they're talking about, wow, she's like, I thought you'd like this, kid, knowing you're a cyborg and all. And they're talking about how futuristic this looks. This looks real rustic to me. I don't know what's futuristic about this. To me, this looks real rustic, unless they're talking about the things popping out, but it just looks like moss to me. Now, maybe when it's colored, it will look more futuristic. But to me, it looks like, I have an image in my head. I was going to say a hobbit hole, but not that. There's like a little tree with windows lighting up. I can't remember what it's from. Immediately my brain moved to like Harry Potter, but I don't think it's from Harry Potter. But you'll know what I'm talking about, and it's not a Moogle house either, is it? Is it a Moogle house from Final Fantasy? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Moogle house. F7. Rebirth. Oh, Moogle house, wait. Might be that. Let's see. That might be what I'm saying. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the Moogle house. That's what I was thinking. The Moog house or whatever. Yeah. That's what it looks like to me, like a busted down Moogle house. So I don't know why it seems like they're talking about it like it's futuristic. And then obviously we have a new lore bit as well. 3,000 years, man. Otis keeps going back and back. Now, I don't think we're going to see anything before 800 years ago. I think this is just a bit of lore he wants to put in. I actually don't think we're going to see 3,000 years in the past. I think that's Oda's whole thing. Helps him build a world. He has different events happen. But I think this story is going to focus on 800 years ago. And to be honest, the 3,000 year thing might be a setup for a spin-off. You never know. Because the thing is, with all the events that Oda doesn't show, you could easily make a mini spin-off for this when One Piece ends, and Shueisha can milk the cow until it's dry. Do you know what I mean? That's easily what they could do with that, which I could see them doing. And I love how Bonnie's just hanging out with Vegapunk now that they've like resolved their differences, and she knows he's been looking after, Kuma. So she's like, bro, you're cool. So she's just chilling. I love how Bonnie's just chilling, having some fun, and also she's scared of thunder. That's hilarious. It's interesting how that looks like Zeus or Hera. I'm interested to see where that's gonna go. In fact, we have a lot about imagination here. I think Big Mom showing up would be interesting. On top of like taking control of that thundercloud might be fun. We'll see how that goes. I don't know how I feel about Big Mom, because I went back and watched some of Whole Cake, and like Big Mom was really menacing in Whole Cake. Like she was a really good villain in Whole Cake. It was literally just Wano kind of screwed her over. So like my vision of Big Mom will forever be tainted by Wano, because she was a personal favorite of mine pre-Wano. But like, I don't know, man. Elbaf could be the redemption arc she needs. Like there's so many potential villains, and as you know, I think Loki's going to be basically an exposition dump now for the rest of the arc. I don't think he's coming into it. I think it's going to be a special thing in the final war where he shows up and then we get the mural fight, right? I think that's going to be where it's going to go, have him deal with his differences here. Like, I feel like it's going to be underwhelming, but why else would you set up the month-long wait for him to recover, or months-long wait for him to recover, unless you're doing a Chopper moment? But we discussed last week how Oda fucking hates Chopper. He's not doing shit with Chopper. Granted, now he might actually do more with Chopper now, and I didn't think about this at the time because of the live action, right? Because with the live action, you want to promote stuff that's going to happen in the live action, right? Chopper's going to be a big thing. Well, actually, he's not. We found out he's only going to be in 2 episodes, because Rome Island's only going to be 6 and 7. We might talk about the live action later on in the video. I heard Matt Owens left. That's very unfortunate. He was fighting for One Piece and fighting for them to do it right. I'm a bit worried, but you know what? They did it right the first time, and I feel like do they want to mess with a formula that worked and that people loved? Do you know? I don't know. I don't know if they do. I'm cautiously optimistic now. Like, I was pretty certain they would do it well when Matt Owens was at the helm. And it's a bit disconcerting that, like, you know, directors are leaving. I don't know. Like, I don't know why or whatever. You know, Netflix has always had production issues. They had production issues with even Part 6. They funded Part 6, right? Because I heard that was a whole problem, how they produced it. I don't know. That's like bits of information, right? I'm just remembering what I heard. This is not 100% fact, but I have heard there's big production problems with Netflix and how they do stuff, especially anime. So, but I don't know. I really don't know how this is gonna go. I'm hopeful. Do you know what I mean? This isn't particularly my favorite part of the series, so season 2, I'm not gonna be super excited for the events. Like, obviously, I like Logtown. I'm gonna love Dragon showing up. I did like Smoker at the time, but he's been away so long I couldn't give a rat's, to be honest, about him anymore. And obviously, you know, Hair Look, man, if they don't pull off that speech, it's over. It's actually over. And Little Garden, actually, no, I take that back. I love Little Garden. Little Garden is going to be fucking hype. And obviously, Vivi, man, and like the casting for Vivi was on point as well. She is fucking gorgeous, man. Oh, bro, Vivi's gonna go crazy. Like, genuinely, man, I'm so excited. And Vivi might show up in Elbaf as well. Oh, man, I needed to join the crew, man. You know me. When Wano was going on, I was on about Yamato joining the crew, getting the Kaido's son and the Straw Hats, right? And then they would invade like, Vivi would have been kidnapped, and they invaded Marijoa and, like, shot through the building, and, like, Nami's there. Nami, like, Luffy's keeping them safe, the whole crew's keeping them safe, and Nami reaches out her hand and goes, "Come on, Vivi," and lifts her up and brings her to the crew. Man, that was my whole image. I was like, that's gonna be so hype. I was getting so excited about it. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, let's go. That's it. That's what I need. Oh, man, I just want Vivi back so badly. Those interactions, I need them. I don't care about the rest of the crew. Like, I got Jinbei joining the crew. I've talked about this, the rest of the new crew members, right? I've talked about this. I love Jinbei. I really like Jinbei. So I was happy when he joined the crew. I'm happy with his dynamic. You know, I like that shit. He doesn't do much now, but you know what? He's there, and that's all I want, right? And of course, I was a big Yamato for the crew. I was like, despite all the shit that was going on with the debates, it was like, fuck that, man. Cool design. Who cares? Kaido's son, like, the clout you get. You not only do you go into an emperor's territory, kick his fucking ass, and take back a country, you take his fucking child with you. Let's go. That's peak, man. That is so good. And also, it would give a reverse character arc for Odin as well, where, like, Odin went out because he knew who he was and he knew what he wanted to do, whereas Yamato would go out and find out who they were, you know, separate from Odin. Find out Yamato as a person instead of Odin. You know what I mean? Find out who they were separate to Odin, and it would have been perfect, man. It would have been perfect. You know what I'm saying? And Elbaf would have been great as well, because they might have been like an ancient giant, you know, with all the stuff we're learning. It would have been interesting to be able to get more lore from that. Oh, man. Now that I'm thinking about it, that would have been so hype as well. Oh, damn. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. It would have been so cool. Like, but still, Vivi is more important. I need Vivi for Straw Hat, bro. And the power up, everyone's talking about power up, man. Vivi's a fucking leader of the year, bro. Vivi should be a fucking conqueror. I don't care what you say. She is unstoppable, man. I don't care what bullshit Oda has to pull out of his fucking back pocket. If he can make Nami like a first commander level combatant, he needs to do that for fucking Vivi, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Or not second commander level combatant. Like, she took out ulti, man. Come on. But, like, still, you know what I'm saying? I need Vivi. Anyway, back to the actual chapter and stop talking about Vivi joining the crew, man. We got some interesting stuff with the God Knights, and I'm talking about the God Knights a lot because they're really growing on me, you know? Even Gunko, because, like, the character is interesting as hell, despite the design. But I don't know. I feel like that's just a, like, either it's a reference to Uta, obviously, because I'm pretty sure New World is an Uta song. But damn, if Uta does not show up in the manga, I'll be crazy. I'll be like, bro, because, you know, one of my most popular videos is actually the Uta problem. I don't remember what I said in that video. I cannot lie. I have not watched it. I go back, I see the pimples on my forehead, and I'm like, fuck that shit, man. No way am I watching that. Oh, no, bro, the long hair, Solved all my problems. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh yeah. Anyway, enough self-glazing. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I've always wanted Uta to show up. I know I've kind of understood now where they're going with, Film Red. She dies. That's interesting because realistically, then you can easily add it into the canon. You can be like, oh yeah, this happened in between, whenever. But like, I don't know, man. No matter how I think about it, Film Red is bad for one reason, because it actually assassinates Shanks' character. Why the fuck did you leave her there? What was the logic? Like, oh, you didn't want to make her think she destroyed everything. Yeah, whatever. I don't think she would have cared if her fucking dad stayed with her and supported her. What the fuck are you doing? Like, the logic made no sense. It just made Shanks out to be a fucking bum, and I don't know. The more I watch it, I love Film Red, right? I love Film Red. The action's sick. The music is on point, man. I remember when the soundtrack came out, I was on the plane to Aussieland, to Australia, and I listened to that song constantly, man. Oh, damn. That playlist got me through it. Got me through that goddamn fucking 11-hour flight. So you know what I'm saying? I love that soundtrack, and I still listen to Otto to this day. Or Ado. I don't know how you fucking say that name, unfortunately. It should be very simple. I'm just fucking stupid. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be really cool to see Uta in the story, to see, like, to redeem Shanks' character. You could even have it be where the events of Film Red happened, but Luffy just wasn't involved and Shanks was the only one involved. That would make it so much better, because it'd be like, you could redeem Shanks in a small way. But again, they're not going to do that. But having her in the story would be very interesting, or having her die in a flashback or something would be interesting. I don't know, though. They won't do that. They don't do that with film characters. The one who might show up is Shiki. He's going to show up in flashbacks. I don't know. It'd be interesting, though. I think the most we might get is like Gunko in a Gunko flashback, if we ever get one, or a cover story where it's going to be like her listening to Uta as a child, or finding Uta 2 years ago and being like inspired. And maybe that's, the theory that Gunko's part of the Revs. Imagine it's a fucking Uta thing. Like, oh my god, she was inspired to join the Revs after the inspiring song New World. All about how creating a new world or some shit. That would be crazy. Bringing Uta in, changing lives. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm really enjoying the character dynamics. I know it's fairly simple, but it's nice to have dickheads just be just a group of dickheads chilling out. Do you know what I mean? Because usually, when characters are created, they, even if they're dickheads or they're villains, they don't have relationships outside of it. Hunter x Hunter was great with that. I love the Phantom Troop. They were all dickheads, but they were all dickheads together, and it was great. And I'm liking this as well with these God Knights. Unfortunately, Shamrock isn't involved in this, so we don't get much for Shamrock. His dynamic with the rest of the crew, with the rest of his crew. But I really like the dragon head. I don't know why. It's just his design. I really like the design. I like the old guy as well. I really don't know matchups though. I was saying this like near the end of the video last week. I was kind of dreary, kind of tired, and I was like thinking about matchups, and I was like, I couldn't figure it out. I still don't know what the matchups are. We know they're not fighting. We know the Straw Hats aren't fighting any of the giant guys, because they said in this chapter, we'll deal with the human-sized perpetrators, right? So there's 4 of them, and obviously Gunka might see Luffy. She might have a small scuffle with him because she's terrified of Nika apparently, which is funny as fuck, by the way. I love the whole imagination idea. Elbaf has just been fucking crazy. Like, just crazy all around. Like, it's been great fun to read week to week, during that fucking 9 a.m. lecture. Fucking hell, on a Friday. Jesus fucking Christ. What am I saying? Big ups to One Piece, baby. Get me through the day for every fucking Friday since 2021, bro. Since I caught up, man. Back in English 9 a.m. in the morning, 2021, when like chapter 1000 came out, bro, was crazy. And I know we're not really talking about the chapter, we're just talking about One Piece in general right now, and I'm going through the chapter slowly. But when I tell you, when Gear 5, when that chapter dropped, I was recovering from a surgery. so I was like, you know, I was bedridden for like 4 months, so I had nothing else to do but like just fucking read One Piece, baby, and watch One Piece videos. And I tell you right now, it was like 4 a.m. when that chapter dropped, and I one of my boys rang me. He was like, "Read the fucking chapter," and we sat there for hours just talking about the chapter as we read it over and over again. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. But that's what I'm saying. It's so exciting, man. One Piece is so exciting. Um, yeah, let's get back to the chapter though, man. I still love Ripley, man. One of the best character introductions, man. It's crazy. The height difference between her and Franky is interesting. I don't know what to think of Jarul, man. I really want him to be a villain of some kind, but I don't know what's going on with him. It was really cute, actually, the Colin stuff this chapter. I really like it, you know. I don't know. We always get a new kid introduced in an arc that is really close to Luffy in some way. You know, Tama is probably my personal favorite. Tama was just really, really cute, and her dynamic with Luffy was solid as hell. But I don't know, Colin's cool as well. I feel like it's more cool because he's kind of like Luffy, but for the Elbats, and then it's gonna his contrast with the other kids. It's really cool to see, but I don't know really, to be honest with you, how like it's not really like it's not Colin for Apprentice, and it's not like that sort of way. Whereas with Tama, with Momo, I was like, damn, I want them for apprentices, man. It would work so well, you know. With the connection to Ace and everything. I feel like the Loki idea for Straw Hat is really cool though, because of the chained up thing and how it symbolizes the same thing that happened with the first crewmate in Zoro. That's really the only reason I want it to happen. I saw that post somewhere and I was like, damn, this is a cool idea. Because realistically, Vivi should come back and we should get no other crew members because we don't have time for other crew members. But it's an interesting conversation nonetheless, right? I don't know though. Colin is really cute. It's cool to see. And always, I love Nami reacting to like the kids doing stuff. She's like, "Oh, that's adorable." Man, Nami's new design for Elbaf is fire as fuck. Franky's design is fire as fuck. It's just really unfortunate that Usopp's design is not fire. For his own arc, like, come on, lads, you gotta give him some pizzazz. Do you know what I mean? Give Usopp what he deserves. Give him some pizzazz. His Onigashima fit was pretty decent. Everyone's Onigashima fit was pretty decent. Now, I don't know if that just grew on me over the years. Plus, because I first saw it in the anime and when I done more justice, like, I don't know how Elbat's going to feel when I see it in the anime. We're not going to see that for ages, by the way. But that is... Man, why? Fuck. When will we see it in the anime? Probably not till 2026 at this stage, which is great because that means we'll have... Man, it's just great because it's more time with these characters, more time to look back over things, more time for stuff to happen in the manga, so we can get more stuff in the anime. It's cool. I like the way it's going right now. Egghead is going to be insane when it gets adapted. The trailer came out, by the way. Oh man. Oh, I'll just be. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so excited to be Easter and all when this new stuff happens. Oh, so we are eating good as One Piece fans, as I say every week. I don't know though. As I said last week, it feels like they're building up to something. Dragon showing up, even New World, even the whole thing with Gunko and New World. Like, oh, the revolutionaries want to create a new world and all that shit, right? Even when your man goes, you're not happy with the old one, you're not happy with this one. It makes so much sense, bro. I don't know. The revolutionary theory is really cool, but I don't know. I do also like the one thing I'm going to go over real quick that I really like about this currently is that we have the Elbaf warriors just taking care of business. Like the Straw Hats are just chilling there, like, go hide, man. We'll take care of business. I like that. The country of warriors, that's what they got to do. They're taking care of business, right? But they don't know Luffy's got his shit locked out, man. Oh, man, this is going to be crazy. I was not expecting a Franky arc right now. We're getting a Franky arc. Usopp's getting shafted this arc. I feel it, man. He's gonna get shafted. It's gonna be Franky. Franky's gonna do his shit. I also like how Franky and Vegapunk have kind of a relationship. Like Vegapunk's like, bro, I knew you'd like this shit. I don't know, man. There's so many things. Like because I spent a bit more time with this chapter than I did last week. Because last week I had 2 weeks off because I had the procedure, and I was like, all right, I want to get back. I want to make the video, and I was kind of a bit all over the place. This week I took my time because I had it, and I read the chapter a few times. I read it out loud. That's the actually, if you're struggling to intake information, read it out loud, man. That's the best way to do it. I'm gonna say. I kind of want to do readovers, but like, I don't know, man. I can't do voices like, you know what I mean. It just sounds like me going like, guys, I'm good, Ori, what now? You know, it's like that's like that would be my fucking Luffy voice, and it'd be fucking stupid. You know, I don't get the pizzazz, the voice acting pizzazz to do that shit. I might try it though at some stage. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, no, I really like how, Elbats are taking care of business, and obviously Gabon is there. We might get to see him do some fighting. I don't know how they're gonna take out these imaginary guys. I could see it just being a pure hockey blast and having Luffy do it, or even Shanks do it. To be honest, it'd be an interesting way to parallel what Joy Boy did with the Gorosei, to just have Shanks take out the imaginary guys with one hockey blast. It'd be crazy, and then that's when Shamrock comes back into it. You know. I don't know. There's a lot that could happen, man. I'm so excited. I'm actually so excited. And we're gonna move off the topic of One Piece before the video ends, because I just wanted to say this week, Blue Box finished on Netflix. So watch that shit. It's another really cool shonen anime. It's just a sports romance show. Really cool. Out of One Piece and Blue Box are one of the only two things I'm reading on Shonen Jump. I'm reading Sakamoto Days as well, but I'm only reading it every time 5 chapters is out, because I always get lost if I read a chapter at a time. So we're doing 5 chapters at a time for Sakamoto Days. But Blue Box is really good. I read it every single week with One Piece. Really, really good. The anime elevates the material fucking brilliantly. I would watch it. It's a fantastic, fantastic. And then obviously, I need to get on the Kagurabachi stuff, man. I'm kind of waiting for 100 chapters. I always said I'd wait and binge it when it gets to 100 chapters, which is kind of what I do with series. The only one is actually Blue Box. I started reading it when it was 70 chapters because, But, yeah, I just wanted to do that quick recommendation before I popped off, because, to be honest, man, it was so good. The last 2 episodes, man, I didn't think they could adapt it so well. And you know what? I'm very happy with it. I can't wait till we get to like the tournaments and see what happens there. It's gonna be really cool. I like to see Netflix adapting other stuff. I'm really enjoying Netflix recently. Can I like, I know it's not popular to say, but like, Netflix's player is just better. Its recommendation system is just better. Like, obviously I've been watching Invincible, right? Invincible season 2 is great, or season 3 is great. Fucking fantastic. But Amazon Prime is shit to use. Amazon Prime Video shit to use. Disney Plus is shit to use. They have nothing. Disney Plus has nothing. It actually has fucking nothing, bro. Like, genuinely. I was gonna start using it, gonna start watching South Park. It doesn't have South Park anymore. All it has is Family Guy. And like, I do not want to be buying Paramount Plus. Like, I have Disney Plus for one reason, and that's in case I ever get back into Marvel. I don't like, because I want to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I did not want to go out and get it. And I'm lucky I live in a household where I'm not paying for Disney. So but I wouldn't. To be honest, if I ever have to pay for Disney on my own, I'm not paying for it. It's fucking worthless, man. You get nothing out of Disney whatsoever. Absolutely worthless. I mean, I guess you're a big Bleach fan, but I've already read it, so Um, but I don't know. Am I turning this video into just complaining about the streaming services? Yes, I fucking am. Um, Netflix is so good, man. Like, it genuinely is. It has so much cool shit. Like, I mean, even when I'm just bored, like, I still hop on Cowboy Bebop. Brooklyn 99. It used to have Modern Family. It's unfortunate it doesn't anymore. But like, Netflix just has that catalog. You know what I'm saying? Castlevania, the original Castlevania. Nocturne season 2 is good. It is good. A lot of people are giving shit to Nocturne. It just doesn't hit the same though. I don't know what it is, and it's the same writers and good quality writing, but it just does not hit the same. I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you, because like, Maria's storyline really cool. Annette's storyline was really cool as well, especially because she did nothing for me in the first season. I didn't give a shit about her in the first season. They did a really good job making me care for her as a character. The relationship between her and Richter was a bit rushed. It was. Like, to be honest, I understand it. I think that was it. I think everything just feels a tiny bit rushed in Nocturne, and I think that might be just it. It just feels a tiny bit rushed. Um, like Horcrux, I don't know how I feel about Horcrux. Oddly enough, the best part about Horcrux is him just making this poor fucking Christian fella like feel like he's ruining his life, even though he's having the best time of his life. It's just funny. This guy thinks this guy is like, oh, he's in love with Horcrux, and he's like, oh, I'm a sinner, oh no. But he's like having the time of his life. It's the funniest interactions of all time because the guy is just like, oh man, he's in love and he doesn't know it. Well, he knows it, and he's like, I can't. And it's like, bro, you're just in love, man. Screw it. And like he's still like the most faithful guy, even though the fella he's working for is the biggest scumbag on the planet. It's kind of funny. I don't know why I find it funny and funny. It's just an enjoyable watch. Those two interacting, to be fair, and I'm interested to see where it goes because spoilers, stuff happens. Some shit happens. Yeah, Nocturne season 2 is interesting. Oh no, the final fights are really cool as well. Just really weird, it just didn't feel like a final fight, even though it was really weird though. Yeah, God, I'm going on to a Netflix rec. Yeah, man, Netflix is just good. It's got loads of stuff, there's always something new. Sakamoto Days is currently airing. Again, my only problem is I started watching Sakamoto Days dubbed because I really like the dubbed cast, and it's 2 weeks behind. Same problem I have with Solo Leveling, by the way. Oh, another thing actually as well, bro. Crunchyroll, what are you putting on with a series? The recs I did be getting from Crunchyroll are crazy. Like, I know it's like light novel, like light novel adaptations, but like, have a bit of quality control. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on there. One Piece is on it, so I'll watch it. You know what I mean? I'll have it. One Piece and Solo Leveling. Oh man, I could do a whole video on Solo Leveling, but it's really cool. It's really cool. It's like I've come to an epiphany with it, to be honest. But I might leave it. I might make a video on Solo Leveling at some stage. I have my opinions. I will say, obviously, it's just turn your brain off fun, but it's like the best form of that. You know what I mean? It's just fun to watch, and it's the best form of that. And Alex Lee is a big proportion of that, man. Oh, so good. Anyway, enough glaze and Netflix for some reason. I just got into it. I knew I was ending the video, so I was like, let's do this right now. I'm hoping to make a video on Pokemon soon enough. Talk about Pokemon, talk about how I'm feeling about Pokemon. Because I really, over the 2 weeks, I got back into it. I'm back into Pokemon, lads. I'm back to my former self, back to the Pokemon loving bastard that I once was. But unfortunately, I can't record Black and White 2 footage, so I'm really thinking just doing a video like this and talking about it. It's gonna be a bit ass not having gameplay, but the imagination of me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, enough with that. That was a lot of preamble, but hope you guys have a fantastic Mother's Day, by the way. This video is probably going to go out the night before. Big ups to all the mothers out there. I know it's not celebrated in America till much later. Same with Australia. But big ups to all the mothers out there. Hope you have a fantastic day. And cheers. See yous.